So we're down to the 20 teams that will make up next season's La Liga, boys and girls. And of course, I'm going to give you my early door picks. Will Atletico Madrid still be the champions? Or can the new boys at Barcelona turn things around? We'll take a little look next. Right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we're going to do our early door picks for La Liga, insanely early, that's right. We'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button to get you bang up to date with all things La Liga related, Blackburn Rovers related. Woo! Football we're going to know here. No on Ruski, that's right, boys and girls. Of course, the Segundo Division playoff has been concluded, and we now know the last remaining team, which of course has held us back to get our early door picks for La Liga, and we're going to show you those in just a second. Of course, if you are new, smash the order, subscribe, check out the links down below on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course Patreon as well. So make sure you check that out. So how we do things right here, right now, we start in the middle and I'll work our way down, and of course up on the screen up back here we'll have the badge of the team that I have in the respective spots, and of course I'll give you my opinions and why I think they're going to be in there. And of course we're going to waste no more time and jump straight in the deep end, and of course start with number 11. Of course number 11 for me this time around will be last season's number 9. That's right, and it is Granada. That's right, goodness gracious me. A couple of seasons ago they were in the old Europa League, of course, but this time around, no bueno. They're going to go a bit of a backward step. Roberto Moreno, of course, is your manager these days for Granada. He came in on the 18th of June, so hot off the press, only a couple of days old, that one. He took over from Diego Martinez, as of course they try to get themselves a new gaffer for the new season. Yeah, a bit of a backward step again. Just you know, they're not one of the realistically they're not one of the bigger 8 boys. They were decent in that Europa League campaign a couple of seasons back, but last season they took a bit of a hit. And of course the governors, or the people of that matter, have their own aspirations. It looks like they want to go a bit further than the 9th, so this might not work out to be a strong campaign from Roberto Moreno at the end of it. So I'm going to go with 11th, though, backward step, couple of spots lost in my eyes. Into 12th we go. We're going back further, and it is Osasuna. Of course, they're just surprising us all, season in, season out. Past couple of seasons they've stayed, and of course past couple of seasons they've been pretty decent. Of course, last round they were 11th. They're going to go back another spot here in 12th, but you know what, they shouldn't be here. You know, I'm not saying that in a negative way. They're surprising us all. There's another team in this mix that surprised us last season. We'll talk about them in a minute. But Osasuna again, I'm happy. They're a classic old school team for me, and I think they're going to do okay. Jacobo Ariasta is your governor these days, and as long as he's there, they're going to keep their heads above water. They're kind of like the Burnley. No disrespect to these guys. That's kind of more, you know, slamming Burnley. Just you think they're going to struggle, but they don't. They've been safe as houses for the past couple of seasons. They play much better football than
this week is always Burnley.
Of course, I do think they will have a bit of a backward step. Nothing to worry about. Because the reason why no real progress, I don't think they'll have the quality to make the step forward, and I just think some of the teams that were below them last time round will be a little bit more stronger this time round. And I think the teams that did come up from the 2nd division are quite tidy, and they're gonna provide more competition as well. But anyway, 12th spot for them should be an okay season. Into 13th, unlucky for some, and it'll be not a bad season for Levante. Again, I've been season in, season out. I have had Levante struggling. Last season they did finish 14th, which for me was tremendous. They were flying high for the good part of it, and I do think with the right people in charge, the right personnel, which they seem to have, and I don't think they're going to lose too many. I think they're going to strengthen themselves just a little bit, and of course make themselves a mid-table side, and of course be there or thereabouts the next couple of seasons. Paco Lopez is your governor these days. Jose Luis Morales is your captain, as long as as long as they have him, and of course they'll be looking to keep a hold of him, and of course keep a hold of the manager to keep them in the right direction. They are moving in the right direction, and again one step better than last time around. And again, for me, season in, season out, I have them usually going down, but not this time. So maybe I was a lucky charm predicting them will struggle, but this time I've got them predicting very, very well. So into 14th spot we've Espanyol. That's right, well, the new boys back. I was quite surprised to see them get relegated when we first started the old prediction leagues for La Liga, but they're back. Previously, I think when we first started covering La Liga, they were in the Europa League. I don't know if they did it through the league spots or if it was through the Spanish Cup or something like that, but anyway, they are back. Vicente Moreno is your governor these days, and of course they're back from a successful campaign over in the Secundo division. I think they'll stick around. What is it, 14th I have them, which will be a couple of spots clear of those relegation spots. I do have some other strugglers much beneath them, but I think they are the highest placed promoted side coming back up this time around. So for me, Espanyol into 14th, into 15th we go, and it is Getafe. That's right, they've been on a downward slump these days. To be fair, if you look for my prediction right here, when I compared last season, there's no movement. They did finish 15th last time around. I just think they've got enough in the tank to be out of that relegation zone, but they've not got enough in the tank to make any progress. They have changed their manager. Bordalás has gone, and Michele's come in on the back end of May, so he's there to take over. In fact, Bordalás has left Getafe to join Valencia, and we'll see where they end up as well. I don't know too much about Michel as a manager, so you're gonna have to let me know if you are familiar with him. But for me, I just think it's going to be a steady season. To be fair, again, a couple of seasons back they were in the Europa League, but this season, the past couple of seasons, they've been on a downward slump. I think they're going to, kind of level out. I think maybe next season they'll be on the climb again. But another season of transition for Getafe, who for me in 15th into 16th spot. Who do we have? We have. I think this is Mallorca. That's right, another new boy coming at you from the Segunda division. Again, we've had them before a couple of seasons ago, so they've made a swift return to the top flight in Spain. Again, I have them surviving only just 16th spot, took a couple of spots above the older drop zone, and I think for their agenda, just sticking in the division, top flight for another year, they'll be happy as that. Again, early your picks that could change. And the manager these days is Luis Garcia. Is that the old governor manager? I'm having a quick scan at this Luis Garcia. It is... no, it's not the Luis Garcia. He's a pretty poopy player back in the day. But he's an experienced manager. I think they'll do all right with him in the top flight. So Mallorca into 60th. Into 17th we have Cadiz. Again, another one just like Osasuna. Just surprising us all to being wherever they are. Last round at a fantastic first season back, 12th. I think it's going to be a bit of a second season syndrome. They'll be okay, but only just 17th spot. And of course, keeping their head above water, of course, until the lifeboats come along. Cadiz still managed by Alvaro Cervera, and they'll think they'll take their chances once again. And again, they'll be happy. I think just happy to be in this division. They were tipped to go down last time around. I tipped them to go down as well, but they surprised us all. And of course, sticking around once again for another season. This time they'll only just survive. And of course, if they can make some off the field strengths, some purchases, some reinforcements, then maybe they'll be able to rebuild again for the following campaign. But I do have them just sticking above water, and of course avoiding the drop zone. Let's take a look at their first relegation spot, and it will be in the 18th. It will be who are these bad boys? There's Rayo Vallecano, that's right. Andre Aliola is your governor, again got themselves promoted. I think they were the team we were waiting for to get over the line, so I do think they will struggle this time around. Only just though, 18th spot, of course, giving them a good account of themselves, but only going down maybe at the last sort of line of defence. It's going to be tight down that foot of the table. I do see there's going to be a lot of teams in that struggle, Getafe being one. I'm surprised. I would have had Deportivo out. Oh wait, maybe they're coming. They may be coming. I was going to say I thought I was going to send Deportivo Alaves down, but I think they're right around the corner. So Vallecano will struggle. They will go down, unfortunately. So they'll make a brief return to the top flight. But I think they're going to be a bit of a yo-yo team. There's a few yo-yo teams. Mallorca is one as well. We'll see how they go. But I think these guys will go down. Lovely badge though. I do love the badge. Into 19th spot it is Deportivo Alaves. I kind of alluded to it just a minute ago. Yes, they've just been on a slumpy sort of roll right now. They did finish 16th last round, again flirting with the Europa League spots a couple of seasons back, but not this time. And of course they were lucky to stick around. They were 4 points adrift, 4 points from safety last time around. So I do think they will struggle once again. They of course manager these days for Deportivo Alaves is Javier Calguera. And I just think this is it. I think this is the straw that breaks the camel back, and they will go down. They've been on that roller coaster ride down towards the bottom for the past couple of seasons, and this will be the one that they go over and down into the next division. Into a 20th bottom of the pops, it will be Elche. Again, they held on by the skin of the teeth last round into 17th spot, 2 points above the old drop zone last round. They were so close to getting sucked into it, but they held on, and they got a fair play to them for them, and I hope they could do it. I do love their badge. I do love a lot about Elche, but I just think the teams in this mix, Tipo de Alaves, I think they deserve to go down, from recent performances. I'm not too sure about Vallecano, but I think when you look at on paper, Elche is probably the weakest side. So they will struggle this time around. I do think they could be a bit of a yo-yo team, but I was quite surprised to see they got themselves promoted a couple of seasons ago now. So I just don't see it. I don't see it. Again, the manager these days is as you were, Fran Escriba, and of course he will be there to try and make it another second season of joy, but I don't think it's going to happen for them. So here we go, then kicking into the top half, into the top 10, and who do I have in the top spot? These are all the glory spots right here now. It's Valencia, that's right. Of course, now they have Jose Baldoras coming in there, of course, from the books of Getafe. Valencia finishing 13th. They did sell a whole load of their players. And of course, it could be another fire sell at Valencia this time to balance the books. But I think they'll have a season of transition. Again, 13th spot. A lot of fans were quite angsty against them at the start of last season. I thought they would go down, but they did okay. 13th spot, despite selling a whole load of players. I think it'll be another step in the right direction, top 10, and hopefully we're only a couple of seasons away from maybe getting them back into Europe. Of course, to be in the top spot, the top 4 that they should be in Spain. So 10th spot for me for Valencia. Into 9th, here we go. It's Celta Vigo. That's right, finishing 8th last time around. Surprised us all. Surprised me anyway. Eduardo Coudet is your governor over there. And again, probably a backward step, one step back. But again, I do anticipate a bit of a resurgence from some of the other teams in the middle of the pack. And again, I think for the most part, the teams in the top 10 are mostly the same teams in the top 10. We're just going to reshake them up a little bit. So for me, I got Celta Vigo, who did flatter us last time around. I think they will struggle a little bit this time around. It's 8th spot we go, and of course I have Athletic Bilbao for you and me. We finished 10th season last time around. Of course, I think they will go up a couple of spots as well. They were good. 7 points adrift of 8th last time around. I just think it's going to be a little bit diluted in that middle pack there between 10th and maybe even 7th. And of course, Bilbao still have the same man in charge, Marcelino, as well. So they're always an awkward team to beat. Of course, Barcelona and Real Madrid can have struggles against these guys. Some of the big boys will see them as in a sticky team to play when you need the points. And so I think they're going to be in the mix once again to be one of those sides competing for those ambitious Europa League spots, maybe even the Conference League, whatever. So we'll see them duke it out for a spot in the middle pack. So for me, 8th, I've got Atletico Bilbao. Into 7th, I have Real Betis, of course. They've been making strides, of course, and they've got Manuel Pellegrini coming in. Was he here there last season? I think he was. So still there. Manuel Pellegrini did a fantastic job for them last round, finishing in 6th. They did qualify for the Europa League as well, so I do see them taking a bit of a downward step because of the influx of games. Of course, I do anticipate them to probably navigate through those group stages and of course prolong their competition, and of course that will take the toll on the players. I do think they will go back a step. They've got some really good players as well in the books. Joaquim for one, I'm a big player, a big fan of him, and of course Nabil Fekir as well. So you know what, maybe I'm a little bit naive on these, and again these are my early door picks. I'll probably revisit them again and we'll see how Pellegrini reshapes his team moving forward. Into 6th, we've got Villarreal. That's right, who finished 7th last time around. Of course, they are the Europa League champions, and of course they've got good evening, Unai Emery as well in charge. So we'll see. Again, I think they're going to be there or thereabouts in that next best bunch. Of course, you got the top 3, you got Sevilla, and of course you've got those middle of the road teams, and Villarreal will be there or thereabouts. And I think they're 7th last time around. They'll go 6th. They've qualified for the Champions League as 7th, so they'll again preoccupied with that. And I think they could also be an awkward team to be faced in those group stages of the Champions League. So 7th for them. 6th for them. 5th, I have my boys, Real Sociedad. No change for them. 62 points last time around. 77 points would have been 4th. So good 15 points shy. No change, of course, with the manager these days is Emmanuel Aguilera, and of course they still got some big time players as well. Alexander Isak is causing stir over in Euros. You could see him move on, and matey boy David Silva as well, still pulling the strings for Sociedad. So yeah, I do think they will be there or thereabouts. Decent size Sociedad. And I think they'll be all right into the top half, top 5, but unfortunately not into the power 4. Into the power 4 we go. No change. Sevilla, that's right. Of course, Giulio Lopetegui is your manager. Jesus Navas is your capitano. Again, they finished 4th last time around, a couple of points shy of 3rd. I was hoping to push them forward, but I think Barcelona have strengthened their cause a little bit, bringing in some good names, and I just don't think Sevilla can break into that power 3. I think they will fall a little bit short again. They were on a sort of of an island on their own, really, in fourth last time around. No one was anywhere near them, but they were a little bit shy of third, which would have been an absolutely fantastic pick if we could get them in there, but unfortunately, no. So then, for fourth, for me, Sevilla. Into third, I've got, not Barcelona, they were there last time. I've got Atletico Madrid, the champions, of course. Taking a bit of a back seat role this time around. I think Barcelona and Atletico Madrid are strengthening. My question marks still remain over both of the big boys. Of course, Ancelotti has come in to kind of get that winning mentality and an experienced leader, experienced manager to make Real Madrid more competitive. As for Atletico Madrid, they are champions. They've reset the clocks, reset the blocks. And of course, got themselves a title, which will do that. I don't think they're in a period of dominance. I think they're still going to be considered the third leg in the La Liga. So, as much as I enjoyed Atletico Madrid winning the title, I just think they're not going to be able to repeat their odds. Suarez is another year older. There is some aging team players in there. Of course, keeping a hold of João Felix will be the key part. We'll see how they strengthen. Of course, there's some rumours of trades and swaps and things like that, which could benefit Atletico Madrid, but I don't think they're going to be into the top two this time around. Third spot for me. Into second, we do have Barcelona, who finished third last time around. I didn't believe in the Koeman. I still don't believe in the Koeman, but he is bringing in some good players, and again, it looks like Messi's going to stick around. If Messi stays, then I think top two for sure. If he goes, then we're going to have to revisit this, and maybe the likes of Sevilla and Atletico Madrid will oust them once again and push Barcelona further down. Keeping hold of Messi is massive. I think they might just about do it. I don't know. I'd love to see Messi move, but I just don't think that he will. As Memphis Depay's come in, they've also got some, Garcia from Manchester City, young centre back. So they are strengthening. I think they will be there or thereabouts. But Koeman as governor for Barcelona, I just don't think it. Again, it's surprising that he's still here because they were linked with Xavi as manager to take over, but not this time around. So another season for Koeman, but I don't think he's going to get over the line in the end. So that means in number one spot I do have Real Madrid. That's right. Still, I don't know who they're going to bring in. They've got Ancelotti. He has been linked with some Everton players, which is a bit weird, but we'll see how it goes. But Ancelotti, of course, experienced man at the charge. I think they will do very, very well with him. I think they will do. They'll get a title here. They will also compete very, very well in the Champions League. But they need to bring in some reinforcements. To be fair, when I look at the team now of Real Madrid, Benzema's going to get goals, but there's no real superstar standout. Is there going to be a superstar bit of movement for Real Madrid in the transfer window? Are they going to bring in a Galactico, an Mbappe, or something like that? So I'll be keeping an eye on them, and of course, management-wise, I think they've got the right man in charge to get them back into compete for the top two. But player-wise, I think they need some reinforcements. So right now, early door pick, I am going to go with Real Madrid. But of course, we'll see how that looks when, of course, kickoff comes around. There you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. There's my makeup for the 2021-2022 La Liga season. Do you agree or disagree? Do you think Madrid can get the title back? Or what about Barcelona? Have they got the mettle to be title contenders once again? I do think so. But of course, they're always going to be title contenders. But will Messi be around? Of course, that is the game changer for me. Messi sticks around. They'll be second. If they don't, they could be as low as fourth. We'll have to revisit all of that, of course, as kickoff comes around. What about the foot of the table? Can Elche, Alaves or Vallecano stick around for another season in the top flight? We'll take a look at all of that, of course, when we get closer. But until then, give me your thoughts, opinions down below. Check out the video. Of course, check out the details on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook and Patreon. But until then, I'll see you soon for the next one. Smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe, and of course, we'll be back very, very soon.